Well, that's why I was a little bit late here. They had a 4th and 1 on the 2 and didn't convert it. And I don't know what's happened. They may get a stop. Missouri won. Okay. So, you know, there's 2 more games and there's nothing we can do but, you know, play ball and try to win and hope for the best.
Coach, you got a little peer pressure from 90,000 of your friends on that 4th and 1 where you called the timeout. Can you hear that?
That had nothing to do with it, really. There was indecision on what to do by me. And then I said, let's kick it. And then as we're taking our sweet time lining up, we're about to get a delayed game. That's why I called timeout. But during the timeout, and knowing, I think it was a TV timeout, but when you call timeout like that, I had a chance to talk to Mike, Bobo, and Coach Fran about if we go for it, what would the call be? And you know, they told me the call that they liked. And it was kind of, I said, what would the call be? And it's not going to be a quarterback sneak. And so they explained the one they liked the best, and I felt a little comfortable with that one. And so we called it and knocked it in the end zone, which was great.
That was a jumbo, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had the big people in there, and I'm not going to give all the strategy away of what we're doing because we may try to do it again in the future. But it was just kind of a deal where everybody kind of blocks down on the line, and then the 2 backs ahead of the runner are basically kicking out. So you're blocking down, kicking out, and trying to hit a crease. And it was perfect.
What do you make of Nick Chubb? I mean, this far down the season,
Well, Nick's a great player. Nick's he's a very strong runner. He's got more speed than people probably thought. He has more lane changing ability. He's got a good vision. But once he gets a little head of steam up, I'll tell you, it's just so difficult to get him down with just one person. And you see it all the time. Guys are just bouncing off him. And you can go low, and you're going to get punished down there too. I mean, he's about as strong as Todd is. You know, Todd. That's one of his great attributes is how strong he is from the waist down. And guys don't like to go high or low on those guys because they just are like a little locomotive going through there.
Mark, can you talk about the development of the defense this season, how it's kind of progressed to this point?
Well, we've been up and down a little bit in certain games, but overall, I was talking to the team last night. I said, you know, I've been here 14 years, and the one thing about this team so far is you guys have continued to get better throughout the year. You really made a concerted effort to listen to what your coaches are telling you and try to do it the way we say. And that's all, you know, a coach can hope for is a team, you know, gets better on a weekly basis and gets to the point where they can reach their potential in any given weekend. And so, I mean, they've been a good bunch that way. You know, our coaching staff's very demanding, and sometimes it's never good enough, so to speak. But the guys they've been very resilient, and they've been persistent, and we're improving.
Mark was Sony game time decision.
Yeah, we were hoping he could. I saw him coming off a pregame moment and just asked how he felt. I didn't really watch him during pregame. I just asked how he felt. You could tell by his response. It wasn't even what he said. It was just his body language. Just let you tell he wasn't ready to go.
Were you surprised with how well Adams' throw came out?
Well, we practiced that play a lot, and he's been throwing well, and he's wide open. So, but you can listen to that. But he worked hard on it, and I'm just glad we didn't have a bunch of spies watching what we were doing, because if they did, we would have covered it. But it's a good job by Shekinna too. He had to pretend like he was blocking for a couple counts and not leave too soon, so everybody would believe he was not a receiver on that play, and then he slipped on out of there and was wide open.
So was that always the plan on the first punch, or just was it situational?
Well, it was situational. I was wanting to use it. I was willing to use it early, And it just so happened the first time we were in a punting situation, it was across. I mean, it's just exactly what we said. If it was inside the 50, and if it was on that hash, if it was the middle of the field on that hash, I was gonna call it. I was determined to do that before the game even. And it, sure enough, the first opportunity was that very thing, and it, other than the fact that we had a penalty on it, which was no good. But it was pretty to watch, but it was sad that it got called back.
Mark, do you know if Todd will have X-rays tonight or anything like that?
That'd be my guess. I just don't know.
Are special teams penalties at all of a concern from tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, if we'd have lost the game, we'd have been sick about that, have a touchdown called. Well, I guess, I don't know, did they call the punt a touchdown, fake punt? I don't know.
3 yard line. No, it's 3 yard line.
3 yard line, so, it might have set up a touchdown. The kickoff, obviously, could have been a touchdown. So both of them were probably gonna result in 7 points if we don't get the penalties. And, sometimes when you're playing hard, playing aggressive on that kickoff return team, you're blocking, from what I understand, he was blocking and had his hands inside, but you still can't grab the cloth when you're doing that. And so we gotta do a better job of teaching that. And then the lineman downfield. I mean, I can't imagine them making a mistake there. We just gotta watch the film and try to figure out why they happened.
Did you, on the national scene, you feel like you made a statement tonight, 35-7 over a top 10 team?
Well, I suppose, but, I think the best shot we have of making an impression is to keep winning and hopefully find ourselves, in Atlanta again. I just don't know if it'll happen. 2 more games for Missouri, but, they're playing good.
Last question.
Is it a sigh of relief now that your SEC schedule's over?
Well, yes. I mean, hopefully we're not done playing SEC football this year, but regular season is over, and now we can focus on our last 2 home games and try to finish strong. Thank you.